Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Coach Speak. I'm Joe Higgins. Alongside me is Coach Rusty Richards of the Nelsonville-York football team. Putting a bow on the season here, Coach. Fell to Wheelersburg 41-0, but you finished as regional runner-up. 12-1 on the season. Got some rivalry wins over Athens, Trimble, some revenge wins over Logan, Waterford, Union Local. As you reflect these past couple days, what does the season and all of those accomplishments mean to you?
I just, like you said, reflecting over the weekend, what a great season. Even, we got beat 41-0, but these kids went up there and fought. Ball didn't bounce our way a couple of times, and we just got beat by a very, very good football team. We just got a chance to win the state championship. Just great, just thinking about our seniors. All the kids involved, but really our seniors, because it's their last go-round. Right. Cam, those guys, Holden Hudson, they're going to have their chance next year to leave their mark, which they've already left their mark, but, to add to that and so forth. But just to watch these kids 2 years ago jump in the weight room, take over, they led. They've been our leaders for the last 2 years. And just to see the smiles on their faces, And, you always preach, hey, guys, if you work hard, this is going to happen. Well, a lot of teams still work hard around the state, whether football, basketball, volleyball, and sometimes the wins just don't come, even though they're working.
Right.
Luckily we got a lot of talent to go along with that hard work, and it's just nice because, I don't know, I just felt like they reset the expectations. That was our theme 2 years ago, and, now the bar's been set, like, hey, we got the regional championship. This is something we can do on a pretty regular basis if we work hard, but we don't want to go back to complacency, and so just very happy see the smiles on their faces all year. The parents who go everywhere with us, follow us, get the kids to practice, all these things. So,
I like the meaning for what this was and the expectations of this would be, because with Wheelersburg we knew that this is where they're normally at and they're used to that. Well, if we can make that, then we can be in that situation of being a buzzsaw.
We want to go a little further. Maybe we got to work a little harder, kind of thing, or just do some different things. But it wasn't nothing. The effort was there. We just, sometimes you're outgunned, and we were on the other side of that for 13 weeks. So I'll take 12-1 opposed to doing it the other way around to 1-12.
Go. Absolutely. Coach, when you look back at this season, what moments stand out for you? Because there's a number that I can pick out from all the highlights we ran. But what moments?
We always say going 1-0. You got to win that Trimble game to get off on a good note. We brought, there's a trophy game also. So that's a big one. 4 trophies this year. We had, the First National Bank, Athens, 9-0 versus 9-0. That was a big one. Mm-hmm. Plus it's a trophy game. They also get in this situation, it was for the TVC title also. Right. And then we brought this trophy right here. So moments, just a lot of them. That first one, our first real big test was Coal Grove. And our kids came out and, they went right down the field and it was like, whew. And we settled in and we didn't score again. The Waterford down and out, 21-7.5. Bunch of different plays in the game, but probably the one that's just going for two.
Absolutely.
And getting it. So looking smart for once. So kind of it worked out. Everybody executed. What a throw by Grant, and but again, and then almost what could have been with the 52-yard field goal kick by the kid from Waterford. Luckily he was wide left. The one the other night was good from 60, but that was right down the pipe. But and then obviously 9-0 and 9-0, and just to see the smile on all the kids' faces after the game. Coach Boston's also came back with us. The last time that happened, he was head coach. So I think just to see the smile on his face, to like, hey, last time we did this, we lost a close one in overtime. This time, we went down there and dominated and brought home another TVC. And then like the Columbus Academy game was that was stands out. Just 3 Division I athletes on the field. Went up there. A lot of people didn't give us a chance. And our kids, played down to the wire. And what a great ending with Walker's game sealing interception.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of moments you can take throughout the entire season, and obviously you point out the 2-point conversion one. There were a lot by Cam Sullivan that I thought like he used his legs a little bit more this year, but his arm came along. You mentioned about him making moments, and he's going to make more next year. But I can remember a couple of just 3rd and long, and then he picks it up with his legs. It really kept the drive going. Alec Thompson. His hands this year, he caught everything, no matter where it was, left, right, up, down, diving. He made those hands, but
then Caleb Layton's hit it.
Caleb Layton.
So everybody. We could go on and I could talk for hours about all the different plays, but and then Smiles on defense. Some of those Dakotas. I mean, he had a lot of great blocks, but the one he hit down the kid at Athens and just knocked him for about 6 yards down the field. Somersaulted him backwards, whatever that's called. I don't know. I'm not a gymnast. But, so we could go on and on, Big Will and our offensive line. Just it's fantastic. Just Nate, I noticed Nate put out some of the records today and some of the things we did this year, plus, what Alec and Dakota and Austin, and what they did throughout their career. Pretty amazing. But, you do that stuff with good teams.
Yeah.
We go 2-8. There's not going to be a whole lot of, maybe one kid would do a lot, but we're not a good team.
Sure.
We got one player. So we just got players all over the field.
You're a good team.
Yeah, and, all those kids we're putting that out there, what about the Grady Carlsons, the Brody Goodriches? Well, they're getting their credit by, hey, we block for those guys.
Yeah.
Cam don't make the throw to Alec if he gets sacked.
And those guys will be the first to tell you that the lines are doing
Austin and those guys will be the first ones to say, hey, it's pretty easy when they open up, you know. Because there for a while, Austin was averaging 8-9 yards a clip before, and half of those times he wasn't getting touched till 7.
Right.
So, great season, great by everybody. I mean, everybody involved in special teams. Well, we started off a little shaky, but we just kept getting better and better, and ended up helping us win a game, week 12.
And that's what leads me to my next question of when did you feel like this team had to be a chance to be something special?
I think it was right after the Waterford win. That was a tough test for us. We knew Waterford didn't lose much from last year. Tough quarterback, tough line play, and just for them to gut it out and come back. Now, if we'd have gave up and got beat 35-14, maybe not. But just them guys coming out, nobody, coaches, players, no one panicked. And it's like, hey, we're going to win this game. And just they believed in themselves. And, they believed up till it wasn't time to believe. And that, they wasn't intimidated by anybody. And, again, but that's just, when you're working that weight room over there, you get a lot of confidence. You start looking in the mirror, and it just makes people better players, besides the fact of actual making. A lot of it's right up here. And, you get that look in the mirror like, hey, I can do some big things. Maybe that guy's bigger than me, but I'm going to be stronger than him. So it's confidence, and, it just goes a long way. We just kept getting more confidence with every win.
So what is it that you think actually made this team special? You started thinking about that time, but what made this team, this unit, so special this year? No
one cared who got the credit. We had a bunch of different guys. We didn't have that one guy with like the kid from Indian Valley. Man, he's a player, but if he goes out and twists his ankle next week, the whole crowd and everybody's going to be like, what do we do now?
Right.
Our guys next man up mentality. Walker Stone had big moments at running back. Obviously Austin did. Dakota did. Cam with his running ability. There's 4 guys right there every night that could guice you for a lot of yards if you didn't. And then receiving, Holden made big catches. Sned made catches. Alex always made big catches. He's been around longer. Levy didn't get a whole lot of shots, but I don't remember him dropping any passes. When he did, he so everybody did their job. And I think that's what, we were a good team.
Yeah.
We don't have that one kid that Michigan and High State's calling, but we got a good team with a lot of good, tough guys, and they just worked together. And they smiled every day. They came to practice, and it was fun. That's the saddest part about it wasn't losing. Nobody goes. It's not like we're Marion Local. We just had a 76 win, but you're going to lose. But it's just Sandy Austin got the errors, and Grady's and Dakotas, and we'll talk about those guys in a minute. But that was the sad part. Like, I'm still going to see him, but not going to see him like we have for the last 4 years, every day in the weight room, practices, and it's just sad to see these good kids move on. Which they're all going to be great men, do great things in society, but you're still like, man, could you just give me one more week with them? Being greedy.
My name's Loge, and I'm owner of Pidcock Glass in Nelsonville, Ohio. If your home is in need of 1, 2, or even up to 12 vinyl replacement windows, Pidcock Glass can help. Please call Pidcock Glass at 740-753-4527.
Has your provider network changed? Are you new to Medicare? Have questions? We have answers. Remember, our meeting together is free of charge. The insurance company pays me, not you.
Give David Loge a call today, 753-3376.
Well, Coach, you don't get to as far as you guys did in the regional final game as the smallest school in the division without having a good team, and you certainly did have that. And that's going to transition us to your seniors, so you've got to say goodbye to. We've got 10 here we're going to talk about. I'm going to let you say as much as you want about each one of them. Let's go down the list. We're just going to do it numerically with the number they wore on their jersey. And we'll start with number 2 and Alec Thompson.
You know, Alex, 4-year starter for us. Didn't play much offense as a freshman, but he played quite a bit of defense. Had, when I think Alec, man, he had a big pick that set up a touchdown for a TVC championship against Vinton County his freshman year. Just fantastic catches week after week. But what goes unnoticed with Alec a lot, besides his defensive back and receivers, is we played him a lot at tight end. Last year we had some injuries and things. He had to go play tight end. Great blocker also. So, again, hard worker, great kid. He's going to do great things on the basketball court this winter too. But anyhow, yeah, we're going to miss him. And, I mean, he's, like I said, Nate put out those records today, and he's got records galore. I think he was tied for the most pass breakups in school history. He tied for the most in a season. Or like we could tease him a little bit, if he catches a couple more of those, then maybe he's leading the school in interceptions. but yeah, great career, great kid. I mean, I could go on forever about Alex. So wish him luck in basketball, and we'll be out there to watch him.
Out there catching some passes for you as well, and then also holding on your extra points, Levi Snedden.
Yeah, Levi came to us from Federal Hockey as a freshman. They didn't know what they were doing over there with their program. He came in and he just joined a great class. The last 2 years, he's been our holder. Which, again, he's put down some fantastic catches. I mean, a lot of people don't. Like, what goes into that, I don't care how good your kicker is. You've got a bad holder, you're not going to make any extra points. So he did a great job with that. And, he played a role as a receiver for us this year and had, what a big catch against Waterford. I mean, the funny thing about that game, a lot of people don't know is earlier in the game, the guy's like, hey, man, they don't throw much to you. He's like, nah. He goes, they just got me out here to block, kind of thing. He said, he goes, I caught one pass in 7-on-7 though, and so I don't know if he talked to him because later in the game that kid didn't guard him, so I think he was setting him up and But yeah,
Smart
it's funny
move.
about Levi. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I caught one in 7-on-7, but he had some big catches for us. Hey, not real big, but a lot of heart and great kid, and did a good job blocking. And again, but that holding, even just that holding, I've lost games by one. I've won it by one. So, yeah,
quality human being.
Yes, good young man, good baseball player also.
We go to the backfield now, and a kid whose numbers would have been juiced up if he was the only one back there, of course, but he didn't care. And one of the hardest workers I have seen got to do for football, and Austin Gautier.
Yeah, Austin, he might go down as a coach 26, 27 years. I don't know. He might be the hardest worker I've ever been around. Great young man, great leader. I mean, he's the one that gets everybody here. He's the one I text on the weekend, said, hey, here's the week schedule. Get it to everybody. But, yeah, what a quality young man. And, I mean, football, he's a great football player. So, this was messaging him this weekend. He messaged me and thanked me for everything. And I said, man, it's all my pleasure. And just trying to figure out if he wants to go play some college football and we want to move him on. That's something that he wants a decision. But, and a real good linebacker. I mean, he had some good hits this year. Not the fastest kid I've ever coached, but he runs downhill. He's very quick, and once he makes a decision, he goes with it. And for 160 pounds, he brings the boom, man.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys were hitting him every night until the last carry he had. He's dropping his shoulder and trying to get that extra yard. And we're going to miss him big time. Again, you're always going to have to replace talent, but replacing his leadership is going to be big, and we're going to have to find somebody to do that for us. So, again, great kid. Again, go on for hours. He's one of those guys that, I don't know how much longer I got, but in 4, 5, 6 years, he wants to come coach. He's on my staff because I just know what kind of young man he is and what he knows football and his work ethic. So he's going to do great things. Just if he takes that same work ethic with him into the real world, which I know he will.
I noticed that about a lot of. He seemed to know when to be fast, when to be quick, and when to be powerful. Whenever that situation needed it on that specific run, when to be patient. Very intelligent, but then also knew when to turn on those talent and those skills. And I thought that was pretty rare because sometimes you have a back who's just fast. Sometimes you have a back who's just powerful. And he seemed to know when to do both. So he was very impressive to me all season long.
He went 4 for 4 passing this year.
Throwing the
2
ball
touchdown
too.
passes. Had interception return for touchdown. Yeah, and you know what? There was a couple of key plays in the last couple of weeks that when Dakota hurt his shoulder, he actually jumped in a fullback. Yeah. We haven't had him all year, but just he'll know who to block, and he went out there and delivered the block, and Walker got a first down.
There you go.
Yeah, very versatile, can throw it. He came in as a quarterback, and went out as a. I mean, I'm sure he's going to get something all state when it comes out in 2 weeks. He's going to get something. If not, something's wrong.
Our next senior battled some injuries, come off the bench for you, Jaden Decker.
You know, Jaden started off the year with us. He hadn't played since 7th grade, I believe. Good kid. He's always been in the band from Miss Paris. Did a great job there and wanted to play football this year. Said, yeah, come on out. He did real good with powerlifting for us in the winter and just had a lot of nagging injuries. Didn't get the dress last 6 weeks probably, but big tackle up at Logan on one of the first or second kickoff, and was doing great special teams. And then, as I said, just ended up being hurt. But again, still around us, still stuck with the program, and just didn't get to finish out his senior year. But he's a good young man, and we wish him well. And I'm sure he's going to be in here powerlifting with us this winter, and because that's probably his biggest. His most favorite thing to do is the powerlifting. He's strong for his 180 pounds. Yeah. Real strong.
I think it was River Valley or something. He played a lot and had a lot of really good tackles.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, real good. Yep.
Another senior here in the backfield, and also, linebacker. They moved into defensive end a little bit. Dakota Cunningham, one of the more fiercely powerful, strong kids that I've seen come out in a long time.
Yeah, Dakota's like him and Austin. They're in the weight room every day. They have been since they've been freshmen. Captain for us for 2 years. Great vision. You know, a lot of times fullbacks just run up in there and they just put their helmet right in the middle of the lineman's. If there's a hole, there it is. If not, they put their face mask right in something like Will's back. He's got a real good jump cut, quick. You know, not the fastest, but a real quick cut left, right. Great blocker for us. Like I said, that block down at Athens. I mean, he had 4 or 5 down there that just depleted people. And then defensively, like you said, he was linebacker last year for us, doing a fine job. We just felt like we needed a spark at defensive end, so we moved him there, I think, Benton County week. He had a monster game against Athens in that upset last year, and then did well against junior local. So, what do we do with him? Do we leave him there? So we started at linebacker again, just sort of same kind of thing. Hey, to make our defense better, and he had a great year. You know, you weren't going to move him. So, and then once we moved Smiles on the other end, now you had to run it 2 of our 2 probably best defensive players. So, again, great career. Good hands. He had double-digit touchdowns this year. I catch flack all the time from my son because Dakota's got all these touchdowns, all these carries, and my son had like 4, maybe 8 carries in 2 years. So he's like, Dad. I said, nah, he's a better runner than you were.
Cunningham's really good, man. Come on. What do we do?
Yeah, so nobody can say I just give the ball to my son all the time. So, yeah, so I catch flack all the time. So, Dakota, thank you for that. But great. Like I said, he had a lot of nice big hits. You know, all league player both years, all district. You know, just like with Austin, you know, good leader, hard worker, and like I said, it's gonna be hard to replace some of these guys. So our young guys that's below them, they got their work cut out if we want to get back and do what we did this year. Yeah,
that block against Athens you mentioned earlier will live in my mind for a long time. That was he blocked a guy into another guy that blocked like dominoes out there. We're gonna stay on the line here for the next few people here. Grady Carlson.
You know, Grady's one that played tight end, like some fullback for us as a freshman. Volunteered to go to the offensive line, which doesn't happen very often, and came out in camp that year. Great 2 days. I don't know about the 5th, doing awesome. About the 8th play of the scrimmage against Logan, tore his ACL.
Yeah.
After he drove the kid 8 yards down the field, just took a bad step. I mean, he was like, and at that time on, it's like, man, we might have just lost. Like he was looking as good as anybody we had. So that was a big loss for us. He had to rehab. Came back last year, had a solid year. Same thing this year. You know, our line, we averaged 260 yards a game or something like that rushing. And that's even throwing in the Wheelersburg game where we only had 59. So it was obviously quite a bit higher. But, you know, it all goes to him. He played left tackle for us. Him and Brody right next to each other. And, had a great career for us. And, again, man, like I said, it's just we're losing 4 offensive linemen. So, yeah. I think we got the kids behind them to replace them, but they're going to have to work like these did. He throws shot and disc for us for the track team, does a good job with that, and we wish him well in that in the spring. But again, and just a quality human being, funny to be around, likes to talk a lot of trash, but man, did he quiet up when we put him on the radio down at the talk show there a few weeks ago. I don't think he said more than 3 or 4 words for each answer. So if you want to get him to calm down on talking, just put a microphone
Put a
in front of
microphone
him.
in front of him. All right. Well, how about the next one, Brody Goodrich?
Oh, I mean, Brody's one of those kids that, I mean, last year, first 3 games was just killing it. Had a great sophomore year for us. Hard worker, probably an overachiever. I mean, you know, he's just one of those kids that his hard work is overrode. I mean, he doesn't have most talent in the world. And I was told that once as a player, too, from my college coach. But, man, you work hard. So, you know, it's not a knock. But he's just a hard worker. I mean, ended up being a great football player for us. And, I mean, last year he got hurt week 3. He was going to come back. I think it was the Wellston week. Got leg whipped. Broke his femur. And had to come back from that. So, I mean, what, you know, comeback player of the year like they do in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, he might be that guy for us.
Right.
The year before would have been Grady, you know. But, hey, he come out. Got to throw this shout out because he forgot. He won our senior kick. We do a senior kick like either Athens week or the playoff week. And he beat all the other seniors, so bragging rights for Brody on that. And like I said, what a quality young man. We would have used him on defense this year because he was killing it last year on defense. And it kept getting to the point like, okay, we got some people banged up. Maybe we use him. But just with his injury, a lot of people don't know. I'd say probably 5 times in the first 3 or 4 weeks of practice. Had knee, did whatever, and he's over crying. And 5 minutes later, he'd be back. And, you know, they go back to the doctor, check it out, talk to Lauren. And Lauren's just like, hey, it's going to be your norm. It's you just got to play with it.
So stuck with it.
And that happened to him in Union Local. And he just kept fighting through. I mean, and it had to hurt. I mean, so just every now and again, that thing would like lock up. And I don't know how he got through the season. So he would have played defense for us, but we just thought he was too big of a risk to play him on defense and then lose our starting left guard.
He's a battler, man.
But yeah, he is a tough kid, real tough kid. Going to do great things.
I think he also won at the pep rally the head, shoulder, knees, and cones. So.
Yes, he did. He's just a winner.
That probably means more than anything else. It's just that one.
Yeah. Yes, he did. You're right. I forgot about that.
Let's turn our attention now to a standout on a team full of standouts and a class full of standouts. This one for sure, Caleb Layton.
Yeah, old Smiles. You know, he came in with that nickname, and he just smiled more and more and more. The thing about Caleb, you know, what a sportsman. You know what I mean? He's out there playing fast. He's running everywhere. He's hitting people. He's knocking. He's like a pinball out there. But he's the first one to help the guys up.
Yep.
You know, and every coach that like you talked to before the game would, man, I love that 73. And coach, he just looks like he's just having fun and just a great kid. I'm seeing him knock people out of their cleats and he's picking them up.
That's what he is doing.
Oh yeah, I mean, so you know, if there's a sportsmanship award thing out there, you know, like, what a heck of a football player. He ended with over 50 tackles for loss, which is like playing PlayStation, you know, or whatever Xbox. He just set our school record last week for sacks in a season with 19. I think Ernie Perkins had 18. He also broke the school record with sacks in a career. So I don't know if we have one for tackles for loss in a season, but I can't imagine anybody. I've coached some good kids that's not been anywhere close, like been in the 30s, but not in the 50s.
He just lived in the backfield.
You know, we moved him wherever we moved him. They tried to double team him. We moved him around again the other night. But again, what a great player. And, you know, we moved him to guard there last year when Brennan got hurt against Athens, and he's done a great job there too. But this kid plays the way the game's supposed to be played. He does not stop until the whistle blows. And then he'll take a couple deep breaths and he goes again.
Do it again.
And I don't care. He's running in circles, chasing people. He's going to be big shoes to fill. And I don't know if you fill it with one. I don't know if we got anybody coming.
I don't know that
I haven't
does.
coached too many people like him that just plays like that. So, and again, what a quality young man. He just smiles. We just always give him the smile. That was the signal for when we give him the touchdown run. This is your play. Smile. So, yeah.
And he told us that afterwards. He showed us on the camera. He had a number of highlights.
And he had a defense. Yeah, he had a defensive touchdown. He had a defensive touchdown last year. You know, I think he even broke the top 10 for tackles in a career at the school here from D-line. And usually that's all reserved for like linebackers. You know, all your linebackers lead the school history, and you know, and he's did it from D lineman, and only played defensive end the last 8 games.
Yeah.
So.
A kid that before we even started this video, Nelsonville Media Company, we were calling on the radio, it seems like for 8 years. He's always out there. And our next senior here in Will Odenthal.
Yeah, I mean, Will's another 4-year starter. I mean, Smiles, or Austin probably would have played some as a freshman. We had that brokers. Yeah, Alex. We had 4 kids start play for 4 years, and there are some certain kids, and it does seem like Will's been here forever. He's going to go to OU and play. That's well deserved. You just stay home. We'll get a chance to go watch him play, and he'll do good things down there. He's a good wrestler, but he's held down that spot at right tackle for us. And I mean, even as a freshman, that was the guy we were going to run behind. We flip him over to the left side, we ran behind him.
Yep.
Every now and again, we use him as a decoy if somebody shifted too much. But yeah, it's going to be different, like I said, next year because we don't got that. We have to find out who's that guy that if it's 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1, who we going behind. So who can be the next Will Odenthal? But what a great young man, 3.9 GPA. He's I forgot to mention this about Austin. Austin will be academic All-Ohio along with Will. They're both like 3.9 something or other.
Excellent.
So great grades, great family. Zach always helped me. His dad would help us during the lineman challenge, and he's like, gets Will a carry, right? I'm like, yeah, next year. So then he helped me the following, he's up to 2. And then we decided this year, we better not give him a carry because we don't need them knees taken out and something happening. So I still owe Will a carry, so maybe one of these days at the banquet or something, we'll give him a handoff. But
we got alumni football coming up. He can do that.
Yeah, when he's done with college. So yeah, but Will's just a great young man, getting great grades, just mauls people. And a nice kid, So again, just like with Smiles and the sportsmanship, Will's out there. He's playing the game the right way, and he's helping. But Will didn't get no 15-yarders. Will never got no late hits. Will didn't get. He wasn't out there trash talking. He just played the game.
Yeah.
And again, great kid, great family. So.
And I think Andy Hudlow on our sidelines. I think that was his favorite player.
Well, yeah,
all 4 years because he was a big lineman too, and he loved him. So. And
like I said, Will, hidden that we didn't use Will a lot on defense, but when we did. I mean, his name got called a bunch the other night.
Yep.
You knew when he went in the game, like, oh, he just shut down the run. So we had tried to rest him for offense, but when we needed him, he would step up and battle through shoulder injuries. I mean, knees, ankles. He's had it all. Just like a lot of these kids, a lot of these guys. The Smiles played. He had some banged up hands, broken hand last year. They played through injuries. That's just football. Not too many of them missed a whole lot of time.
Well, our last senior, I think also a latecomer to the game of football, but had a great season and really stood out at time to time with some fumble recoveries and then just some hits, tackles for loss, Noah Loge. Yeah,
Noah, on senior night before they went out, and I told his mom and dad, I said, hey, not bad for a hockey player. So Noah, all the way up to junior high, I'd tease him, but you got to play football, man. Your brother plays football, and I play hockey. So he did this hockey thing. He came out as a freshman, and he was behind, being as a freshman, because all the other boys have been playing since 2nd or 3rd grade, and just student of the game, and plus his brother there, Leighton, pushing him all the time, not getting him an option not to work, just got better. So probably at the end of freshman year, you just said, "Hey, coach, what do you think?" I'm like, "You got a long way to go." And then the next year, just got better every day. And then last year, ended up becoming a starter and all-league performer for us. All-league again this year, back-to-back all-league. But, if you probably would have been around our practices that first year or so, you wouldn't have said he was going to be an all-league player. But that just shows you how determined he was. A lot of days, like I said, we'd be lifting. I'd be packing up at night, go home, and him and Leighton's out there pushing on a bag. And everybody else is gone. I mean, I'm the last one to leave. So, yeah, he's with Leighton. So, but great worker. I mean, I think he was second on the team in tackles. I think he was second on team in tackles last year, and didn't even start all year. So he probably would have led us last year. But Smiles just had a crazy year and got to him a lot of times before he could. But I mean, he's in there playing the 160 pounds, got to be soaking wet, and here's 6'6", 315 from Berg coming out to block him, and just like, hey man, what's going on? He goes, Coach, they're blocking me, but I got to get off of it, and I'm just thinking like, buddy, you're doing a pretty good job. Yeah. You got a couple men coming out to block you. So, but he led us in tackles the other night. Or no, he was one behind Smiles, but again, he's been right there consistent. Second leading tackler all league, and again, great kid, great family, and he's off doing his hockey thing now. So, but it's. I mean, I figure heck, if you can play hockey, you're going to hit somebody in football.
You're used to being physical.
So, but yeah, he had big shoes to fill with his brother. He decided to take his older brother's number, and he didn't disappoint. So now it's up to Reese.
Yep.
Two older brothers has been all league, so it's his turn now. So he better get his butt in the weight room, and he's got his work cut out to catch his two older brothers. So.
Next Loge.
Great family, great family. Yeah. And again, he's a 3.5 something GPA. Honor society. Just again, we got a lot of kids with great grades. We had 10 academic all TVC players on our team, which means you have to have at least a 3.5, and then the academic all high you have to have a 3.6, and get at least like all league or all district. So and we had 2 of those this year. So I'm very proud of these young student athletes of doing what they're supposed to do in the classroom also.
Before we move on to some of the returners and what you expect for next year, let's wrap up those seniors with what is that seniors as a group going to mean to you when you reflect?
Just the leadership. Talent comes and goes every year. We have pretty good football players around here, but just the leadership and the quality human beings they are. Again, I think that's. I got a little choked up the other night. Just. Because missing them. We have fun out here. I mean, no matter what, Coach Osborne, Coach Dean, Chappie, Watkins, Coach Cunningham, and Coach Warren. We have fun. I mean, we have fun. We're getting work done, but you can just have fun. I mean, they'll joke back with you, and just good time. And you don't. If somebody didn't show up, you're like, hey, where's? Oh man, he was puking. He went. You don't have to worry about him being at practice. They're here every day. I mean, they're here just like the coaches. So just. Great kids, great families, a lot of good parents. We do a lot of stuff in the summer together and so forth. It's fun. But, just that's going to be the biggest thing, like I said, because, you can't judge talent every year and it changes. But just good people, reliable, good football players, and again, great young men. Even
their own talent changed over the 4 years as you were just describing it.
Yeah.
So pretty good record for 4 years, too, that senior class.
Yeah, they're going to go out with the most wins in Nelsonville-York history.
There you go.
At 39. So we checked that the other day. I thought they had to be close, and that's nothing against the old guys, but they're getting to play a couple more playoff games here and there too, because they're letting more teams in. So, but yeah, they're going to go out with the most wins in school history.
Good thing they
three TVC titles. They put paint on the wall 3 out of 4 years. I mean, we'll take it. I mean, would love to have 4, but they were only sophomores, and so we can't put too much blame on them.
Let's look at some returners for next year. Obviously, you bring your quarterback back in Cameron Sullivan. You got him coming back. You've got Walker Stone, who was tremendous this year offensively and defensively. You've got Grant Elliott in the wings there. I mean, you've got a lot of talent who's coming back. Who's going to stand out for you next year? Who do you need to stand out for you?
Biggest thing, so we got a lot of talent. Holden Hodson played receiver all year. Jackson Blake played JV with us. We get a little bit of time. He's going to be an up and comer that not a whole lot of people know about. Caleb Morris, our center back.
Yeah.
And we got Bobo back that played defensive tackle. Spillman. Those guys got a lot of reps. Levy was consistent at tight end. He's going to play more defense next year. So we got all those guys back. Like I said, Holden back at linebacker. We pretty much just lose Alec in the secondary. We got to replace some linebackers, but it's our offensive line. I mean, for us to go next year and us to be anywhere close, for us to compete for a TVC championship, and that's where we want to start. I mean, that's our first goal.
Sure.
Beat Trimble, win TVC championship, which you beat Athens, then you got a chance to do that. It starts with our line. So we got a lot of guys that's been in our program for 2 years. Got a lot of juniors coming up, and very smart. They went 8-0 this year in JV football. We never lost a game. Actually, that was our first loss the other night for the whole program. So they got to get in the weight room. They get in the weight room. I think we can make a nice little run. We can make a run again next year. So that's where it starts, because the Hodsons and Cam and Grant, they're going to do what they do as long as we stay healthy. Getting the addition of Weston Wheatley's not a bad shake for us. That's going to be a good thing.
Sure.
He's an all-league player. I think he just got gridiron glory on the first team defense. So that's adds to our athletics, or our athletes. But again, it starts up front. Probably going to see a little different look out of us next year. I mean, I already started planning for next year offensively. I mean, we're still going to line up the eye a little bit.
Well, it's been 48 hours. You should.
I was thinking it. But when I got back here about 1 o'clock in the morning Friday night, you know, we're going to probably do a little bit more spread stuff, run the ball to spread, do those kind of things, because we're just going to be different. We got to get the ball to these athletes we have. So, you know, we got 2 quarterbacks. You know, we're going to probably package some more for Grant to just get his talent on the field. And
He
it's
showed well
not
this
that,
year.
and it's not that. Shoot, Cam had a great year. I mean, it's nothing but like, hey, let's use what we got.
Yeah.
You know, it's like having 2 scorers in basketball. You just don't pass the ball to one guy and say, let him score 40, and you guys all just rebound for him. So we're going to have some different packages where they're both on the field, and we come out of the huddle, and that defense is not going to know is which one's going to quarterback, which one's going to H-back, which one's going to receiver. Because those kids can both catch the ball, they can both run. And again, just to make us a little bit different, a little unique. I don't know how it's going to look yet. That's for over the season, and some are things we can work on. But but our defense, we got a lot back. So just replacing a couple of those guys up front. But depends how hard we work in the winter. If we work hard in the winter, I think we're going to be pretty solid, and just stay injury free, and we'll have another good year.
Yep. So I imagine in order to get more paint on the wall, you got to reload again like you always do, like you're always trying to do, but it starts in that weight room. But then what are the actual expectations for next year? Is it to take this one step further and bring home the gold version of this trophy, or does it start with just the more paint on the wall?
Oh, it starts with more paint on the wall, and then as we go, and if we're healthy when you get to the playoffs, and then, we can do that. We should be Division 6 next year. That's going to help a little bit because, 5 is another little step up.
Sure.
To maybe do that. But again, you just don't know by the time at the end of the year, I mean, who's healthy, who's not. But if we get there, work hard in the weight room, and we will. We're going to have no option. We could be pretty solid again. So we're looking forward to it, and already been sort of slowly planning and, getting ready to go to some clinics here in the winter and tweak some things. And, I'd say you'll probably see us looking a little bit more like the 17 version of Nelsonville-York, where we had to go with the Garrett Maidens and the Cooks and the Keegans and all those guys and spread it out and use our speed, opposed to like this year it was more like, hey, we're just like a jackhammer. We're just going to keep pounding it out the air. Eventually he's going to bust through, and as soon as he looks tired, then Stone's going to, or Dakota's going to, or we use the Dakota and what's called it, just pound, and until we saw a crack, and then so next year our guys are a little different back there. Probably we might be a little quicker back there, but just some things. So might see us look a little bit more like what Wheelersburg, still lined up in the shotgun, but we're still going to come pound you. So we're still going to run the ball. We're not spreading just to pass it 50 times and be like Kenton was back when Matty Mock and Ben Mock was there. But just get away from the eye a little bit and spread out a little bit and pound the football, and we can just throw the ball a little bit more out of there too. And trust our quarterbacks. Both of them were very good. Cam, I think, finished second in the for a season in percentage completion. So he just got better and better. Grant got better. Where he missed last year as a freshman, and let's sling it a little bit, and might not be so as predictable, but hey, that worked for us this year, and we're going to mold our offense to our players.
Very good.
From year to year.
Coach Rusty Richards, thank you so much for joining us each week on Coach Speak. Thanks for letting us be around on the program and on the sideline and at the pep rallies and all of that. We had an absolute blast covering the game, covering the team this season, and we'll be there again next season.
Yeah, we thank you all. It's nice. I see I get on there through the week. You're doing the replays and all the different comments and the hearts and the likes, and it's nice. Instead of me just having to pop an old DVD in, or me watching on. Usually I watch that stuff through the winter on Huddle, but there's no sound, there's no anything. At least this way I can listen to you guys.
I got Jim McCumber on there.
Yeah. Nothing better than listening to McCumber, especially
right.
Even when we got him excited when Caleb, I thought that was pretty cool. He even got a. Yeah.
Anytime you get him fired up, you know you've done well. He does a great job.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate again you joining us for Coach Speak. We'll have you back next season. Congratulations on your success.
Yep.
Thanks, Coach. Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. Visit tricounty.cc today. For over 50 years, locally owned C&J Tax and Financial Services in Nelsonville has been serving the community with hometown care.
We are locally owned. Our focus is on service, and we treat you like family.